The word doctor is a word that has been hacked by the modern system, of course, as they do with everything. A doctor, in the true sense of the word, is a teacher. And a teacher is somebody who takes you from darkness to light. That means from ignorance, which is the root of disease, towards light, which is knowledge. And a doctor is the intermediary between knowledge and ignorance. And he takes a person who's in a state of confusion and disease and brings them towards health, which is alignment. That means light is circulating in your system, knowledge is passing in your system, truth is there, therefore things are naturally aligned. And all of this allows for the blood to circulate efficiently, for the tissues to be nourished, and for everything that's all friction to disappear. So it's hard for your average person to understand how knowledge heals. Some people have a sense of, but your average person will not understand this because they don't understand how the body functions, they don't understand the nature of mind, they don't understand the correlation between mind and its physical manifestation, which is body. They don't understand the nuances of the mind and how ignorance is literally code that's like this. I think you understand. It creates a knot, literally in the nervous system, starting in your brain, and that will express itself through the body. And by doing so, will clog the artery system, the venous system, the nervous system, the lymphatic system, which in the end results in stagnation, which is the breeding ground of disease as you commonly understand it. Your average person, unfortunately, doesn't understand. They think the body is complicated. Yes, it is, but not really. It's an illusion to think it's complicated, but there's a complexity to it. The body is made of cells. The cells need oxygen, nourishment, a decent home, that means a clean environment and where they live, and connectivity. If the cell gets what it needs, it thrives. So the moment there's a tension creates compression. It will affect the nervous system, the artery system, the venous system, the lymphatic system, which will mean there will be a deficient in blood, deficient in food, deficient in removing of CO2, deficiency in the environment in which the cells bathe is going to slowly become toxic. That's the interstitial fluid. I think that's how you say it in English. And there will be a lack of connectivity. That means the cell will start, because of tension, to lose its connectivity to its immediate environment and its bigger environment, which means it loses a sense of who it is, what it works for, and who's in charge. That is the breeding ground of disease. And when you leave that environment for some time, it starts, the tissue, which is made of cells, and the cell is a living thing, starts to rot, slowly but surely. The rotting process awakens all kinds of symptoms. And of course, as we all know, when there's a rotting phenomenon happening, there's microorganisms that show up, which has a function to eat dead stuff. So, your question was, what makes a person a good doctor? Well, first of all, one would have to understand what the meaning of a doctor is. So once again, we already have a conflict. In the light of how I've defined it for you, I think you see it very clearly. Not everyone is designed to be a genuine doctor. That means somebody who's able to share knowledge, how to say this? Awaken knowledge inside of you so that it takes you and heals you and appeases you and relaxes the tissues and facilitates the circulation. So it's a really complex subject. But one thing is for sure, modern day medical system is not designed to heal anybody. It's just based on ego. It's just based on the cult of control. And it has no care for nature or life itself. So if you don't know this, now you know. This is not an insult to the medical system. It's just laying the facts. The medical system, in fact, modern science, does not care for life. It doesn't study life. It has no interest in life, with a capital L. How then can you restore health if health is the byproduct of life circulating in your body? So that's impossible. So when we're speaking of the medical system and the medical doctor, whatever they call a doctor is a different breed of creature. It's a thing. They stole the word doctor, which means teacher. Teacher means the one who brings you from ignorance to knowledge. They've stolen that word and have attributed it to people who are essentially drug pushers, choppers. They cut you up. Yeah, is there more to say about what they do? Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't want to disrespect nobody, but so in this panel here, in the living health session, we have a medical doctor who's here and who brings the energy of the medical system. She comes from the hospital at the end of the day and comes and hangs out with us here, and she brings that energy here. Now, I have no problem against any authority. I don't have a problem with the medical system. I don't care. It's not my problem. But when that energy comes with its arrogance and wants to just impose its will on everything and everyone, it does so inside the space here. And I feel the necessity on my chair to have a minimum of pushback so that my own space is respected, because it doesn't respect my space. So I have to kind of create a little bit of space. So that's why in the Living Health series, you may find that sometimes a little more friction, more hot than generally, because I have to push back against somebody who wants to a form of knowledge that thinks it's supreme, because it's like a robot and it's heartless. It doesn't feel anything. It doesn't care about anything. All it wants to do is control. And nature, and those who serve nature, and the medicine men and women who serve nature are full of feeling. Our nervous system function. We feel, we care. We're here to serve other people, and we're here to take them from ignorance, which is why they suffer, towards a place of knowledge, of self, of life, of their place in life, which brings an alignment and facilitates circulation. So we're here to serve people in the name of nature. That is the function of a medicine man. That is the function of a true doctor. Now you tell me if those people that want to cut you up and give you drugs and are slaves, they're pimps and pushers. Maybe not pimps, the drug pushers. That's all they care for. And they care about how they're going to look, their wallet, and the status that they have. For the most part, I'm sorry, I don't want to generalize, but I kind of have to. And if you're stupid and you think it's otherwise, it's because you haven't studied, you haven't gone into their world, you haven't studied in the medical system or some form of science next to it. It's absolutely, completely selfish and narcissistic. They do not give a fuck about you. So for a person such as myself, who has at heart the well-being of human beings, and you see that pompous authority that thinks it figured it all out and has reduced the human being to a little graphic, because it has so-called magical powers with its machines and its products and its drugs that make you feel that you've healed, but all they've done is suppress your symptoms, and it's like a time bomb waiting to explode. They're not helping you, they're making you more sick. So, in the light of their presence, sometimes I have to kind of bring back a little bit of balance and say, listen, dude, you're great at what you do. You're great at controlling and giving drugs to people. God bless you. You do what you got to do here. But when we're talking about health and healing, please step aside and let those who have a heart for humanity and a heart for nature and a heart for life itself, are servants of life, do and fulfill their function. This is what I have to say.